Hello Internet, God is love, and I am not Nigel Winters here bringing you interesting news in TV, video games, and movies. Let's do this. Hey, Nigel is off doing something very Nigel-y, so he asked me to step in for him. He could have just decided to skip this week, but he said, no, you, the viewer, mean much more to all of us at Geeks Under Grace to let you down like that, so let's do this. I already said that. Do this we will! So much better. You guys mean so much to us. I even shaved for you and everything. So you might have heard that the PS4 now has a 7th core unlocked for developers. What does this mean? So on the PS4, like any other modern computer, there are two processing units, the CPU and the GPU. The GPU makes everything look pretty and works by having thousands of small workers do something all at once. For a better explanation of this, check out this video by Adam and Jamie from Mythbusters. To understand how the CPU works, imagine it's an engineer. Engineers are pretty smart and can make really cool stuff. CPUs are like an engineer. Now, CPUs have multiple cores inside, so imagine you have many engineers. 4 engineers can do a lot more than just one engineer, and they can individually do a lot of cool stuff. In the PS4, the CPU has 8 cores, so in our metaphor, 8 engineers, but Sony has only allowed games to have 6 cores working on a game at once. The other 2 were for things like managing menu screen and the game streaming, but now only 1 core is used for that, so game developers can use up to 7 cores if they so choose. This isn't going to affect existing PS4 games, but it might help newer games do cooler stuff. The Xbox One has already done this gesture to get games released on both consoles. So this news means that the PS4 is technically more powerful. Really though, the strength of the hardware doesn't ship units. Interesting games do. Sony has learned this lesson with the very powerful but vastly undersold PS Vita. So here's to hoping new and interesting games will soon be developed. If you are DC and you want to have ads in your comic book, there are 2 approaches you could take to this. You could use the space to remind people that you sell more comics than just Batman and Batman-related universe, or you could sell to third parties. Forever, it seems that DC has chosen to remind others that they are more than Detective Comics. But in both Gotham Academy and Action Comics lines, DC is advertising for Asterix, the French megagiant comic sold all over the world. It's a little odd that they are doing it, but I guess, DC needs money too. There's starting to be a new trend out of the Caribbean, amongst authors of sci-fi, and culminating in this effort in a new film called Akbar, which is to be displayed at the Buenos Aires Film Festival called Beyond the Window. The festival is a chance for industry executives from all over the world, especially Hollywood, to come and basically watch pitches for movies. Akbar is one of the most ambitious tales, especially coming out of Latin America. It's a story about 2 astronauts from different cultures fighting to stay alive on an inhospitable moon at the far edge of the galaxy. But this moon is inhabited by a primitive native tribe in possession of a dangerous secret that could change these 2 astronauts forever. The film sounds exciting, and I hope that this trend of sci-fi continues out of Latin America, mostly because I like sci-fi, but also because it's important for genres to be tackled by different cultures to keep them alive and interesting. Are you an artist or programmer who really wants to make comic book games? Well, WB Montreal Studios is now recruiting for 2 new games set in the DC universe they are working on. WB Montreal was the studio that made Batman Arkham Origins. So this is sort of exciting news. Origins was a decent game, but it was a very safe game. I'm really hoping that the new game doesn't involve Batman at all. How about a Superman game, or a Wonder Woman game, or a Teen Titans game? I don't know. Anything's possible. Let's just stretch the imagination a little bit. That's all I'm saying. So Sega's new arcade game is making me really sad that America doesn't really do arcade games anymore. Their new game is a music game that combines Guitar Hero and a keyboard and adds some Beat Mania in for kicks. It looks insane. You have this panel in front of you that looks like a piano keyboard minus the sharp keys. That's the black keys. And a screen with bars matching to the panel in front of you. Then do as you'd expect. It looks awesome, and I really wish arcades hadn't really died in America, but that's just me. But that's what I grew up on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just hurts a little in here. Anyway, those are some interesting things. Let me know what you think, especially about the DC advertising, in the comments down below. And as always,
Adjekvaracis.